What's up guys, GK with Corbin's Archery in Lubbock. We get asked a lot about back bars or V-bars. Should I run one? You know, what are they used for? Stuff like that. So over here we have the new Matthews, the Phase 429, with the bridge lock stabilizer up front, with the V-bar kicked out back. Now what's cool about these V-bars, you can loosen this, adjust the angle up and down, left or right. But why would you need that? So if you look at more of a traditional setup over here, this is before the bridge lock, before everything mounted in line. He has his sight right on the outside. If he had a quiver full of arrows, they'd be stuck out here. He's got the rest. So at full draw, that bow might have a lot of weight on this right side. Now adding the stabilizer kicked out to the left, obviously we'd bring that balance back. Same with the bar up front. On my personal setup here, you can see I run the Spot Hog Fast Eddie XL. Longer bar sight. I run a 10-inch bar stabilizer. That's what matches up with me with 2-ounce weights. When I get a full draw, I'm not having a lot of top heaviness. I'm not kicking out the bottom. This helps me get that bubble centered really, really well. I don't personally run a back bar because I feel like I don't need one. I feel like it's already balanced, but again, my bow is streamlined. I have everything ran inside the riser, including the stabilizer. If you wanted to run the V-bar, it's good if you have a lot of weight on that right side. And some still run it even with the integrated system. It's all a preference. It's all what feels good in your hand and what you can get the bow drawn back and how that bubble can get aligned in the center as quick as possible, and that holds really, really well. When it comes to stabilizers, what length is a good question. You can see here on my 10-inch bar here with my sight, they're pretty similar as far as sticking out. Now I might add a few more weights here if this sight's extra heavy to get that top heavy out of there. Just trying to balance this out the best you can. With stabilizer lengths, especially the new bridge lock ones, I'd rather go longer than have a shorter bar, just because if 10-inch might be a little bit long, I can always, on these new stabilizers, I can gear it back to maybe 7, 6, 8, whatever, and run it a little bit shorter just to help with that balance. But as far as running a V-bar goes, I would get your bow and draw back and to see if, does your bow want to tilt a little bit to that right side where everything's mounted on the right edge of that riser? If so, wouldn't be a bad idea to try out a sidebar or a stabilizer or back bar, whatever you want to call it. They are very helpful. I shot one on my V331 a few years ago. Loved it, but now everything that's come in line, I don't personally need one, but I know a lot of guys that still do. It's preference. It's all about getting that bow steady in your hand to where you can hold that shot center as long as possible and make a good shot. This is kind of 3 different setups here. Of course, you can experiment, you can change the angle and all that. And these are really good as far as adjustment goes, just to fine tune, adding weights, taking weights off. Very, very helpful, especially if you're shooting target, tack, whatever, or launching bombs at deep range. These help you hold really, really steady. So come check these out. If you have any questions, give us a shout. Thanks, guys.